And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group never put pressure on the QB. It easily move into the top 5.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Broncos at 5 and 4 now on the year. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Short throw caught by Dosich. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Now it's Wilson. This is Crumz. Touchdown Broncos. Marvin Mims, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. But you look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants him to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And the Vikings first down.
A first down throw for Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Into the hands of the rookie Jordan Addison. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Cousins now. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Short throw caught by Dosich. Here is 3rd down and 4. To throw is Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Wilson running left on the option. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. Now Wilson. That is caught. A huge play there for Denver. And even 40 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Greg Dulcich, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
From the gun, here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take.
Good route here.
On play action, Cousins. And this is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Listen to me.
To throw is Cousins. Finding Hawkinson here on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Gun. Yellow, yellow, yellow. What's up?
Throwing is Cousins. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
What? Start.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
What?
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now 2nd and 9. Throwing, Cousins. He'll get this to Nwangu. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's returnable now for Smith. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On 2nd down, Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
14.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here we go with Williams. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds. Linesman, incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the shutout, at least for now, is still intact. Great job by the defense after, Charles, last time this crew was out here, remember, they gambled in their own territory, didn't get it. But the defense held, gave up no points.
And Brandon, sometimes it all just comes together, and I think the head coach senses it today. His defense, they're absolutely on fire. It doesn't matter where the ball is on the field. When that defense trots out there, no one's moving it, no one's scoring, and he's playing to it right now.
Well, that group's chasing a shutout. Teammates here on the offensive side going to try to provide a touchdown and gain the momentum even more on this series. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Touchdown! Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach, his head coach, to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we...
And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Denver. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hey, 0-0-0. Start.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Williams fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson. in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Lutz with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
1 second, all that remains.
Final play of the half, Cousins.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Off the play fake, Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't ready up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Leave it, bring up 48.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 10.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Flushed out right.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd down and a yard. Another run down for Nwangu.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is taken at the 23. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
Now Cousins. And the Broncos get there and take him down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fielded at the 20. And that'll go as a 57-yard punt with a return of 12. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues.
It's caught inside the 25.
And with that last throw, we send out a congratulations to Kirk Cousins. He just went over 40,000 passing yards for his career. Just an incredible number. And the way he's still throwing it, you'd have to figure, heck, 50,000, not out of reach.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get a bit closer. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. It's complete. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings 15.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Play action. Now Wilson.
Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich.
Touchdown, Broncos! Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because
They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Throwing is Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Hey, no, easy.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give to Williams, running right. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd.
Here's Cousins.
At the 43-yard line.
Throw caught there by Osborne. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
A big play there for Minnesota. 54 yards.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham. taking it in from a yard out.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Now Wilson.
That's caught left side by Judy.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Wilson wants to throw it. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Taking it about the 16.
A 57-yard punt, 11 on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
This is 1st and 10.
Here's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right.
Completes this to Jefferson.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Here comes 2nd down.
Cousins.
This one caught by Osborne, right side.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Cousins to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
This definitely four-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here.
Listen to me.
Now Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And this is four-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Go ahead, go ahead.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
4 yards on the pickup.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow.